I want you to know that bullying is a terrible thing. When I was in school, I was fat, I was black, I had scars on my legs, I was bald headed. I came from a poor family. And every one of those things I just named to you were reasons for me to be a target of a bully. Now, I was a big girl, but my mama had me so scared to fight at first till I wouldn't stand up for myself. And after they had ran me home 1,000 times and I was in tears, didn't want to go to school, my mama said to me one day, she said, the next time you run in this house, I'm going to be your bully. I'm going to tear your butt up. She said, because I know I didn't raise you to be a coward. But see, in a way, she didn't realize, but she had raised me to be scared of her. So in that respect, I was a coward at first because I was scared of what she'd do to me. That's why I ran home. I didn't want to be in trouble at school. I didn't want that. I wanted to get good grades. I always got good grades. And of course, my behavior was a little off. But because of my storytelling and my good grades, I was all right with the teachers in school. That was a little bit part of the bullying reason too, because the teacher always came to me because they know if they gave me an assignment, I'd do that assignment. And I'd make it the best assignment I could do. I had such imagination back then. I'm 64 years old today. But I had imagination of a grown person. My mother always said that I was never a child. And you know, today as I look back at that, I wasn't never a child. I was always grown. But I still hurt. Even in that grown-up mind that I had, the bullies still hurt me. I dropped out of school when I was in the 9th grade. I never forget it. I had been in a special school, and they put me back in after my mother died. She died November the 22nd, 1963, same day as John F. Kennedy. And she died, and to me, it just wasn't no reason for me to go back through that stuff anymore. She was gone. Who was I being perfect for? Who was I trying to be good for? Nobody. Nobody to me meant enough to me for me to have to go through that. So I never went back to school after she died. Never did. And in some respects today, I regret that. But when I look back at how those kids used to laugh at me, thank God, wherever we lived, the school was close to us. The only time the school got a little bit away from us was when when they wanted me to go to Shore Junior High. And thank God, most of that I went in this private school for troubled kids, you know. And it wasn't no bullying in there like that. I mean, it wasn't nothing like that. And these were, some of them probably were bullies in that school where I was at. But I was never bullied in there. To me, I found me in there, you know. I started standing up for myself, you know, because those type of people that's in those places like that for behavioral problems can hurt you. They can make you what they want you to be. And I wasn't about to be that. I've never been a follower in my life. But I write about just about anything. But bullying is a passion of mine. Because today I have to say that I didn't go no further in school than the 9th grade. Because of bullying. Because of name calling. You know, I mean, they found some of the worst names to call me. Oh, yeah. And I was gay. I was a twin, born gay. And I didn't like girls' clothes, you know, and I didn't look right in them because I didn't like them. It didn't matter to me. I was waiting to go home, pull on a pair of pants. My mother bought me my first pair of pants because my whole mind was just in total confusion in school. I was going through all kinds of things. But I can say this, my mother, I could talk to my mother about anything. And she could talk to me about it. And maybe some things she talked to me about she shouldn't have. But she could talk to me about anything. And she went through hell in her life. And I wasn't about to let nobody put me through hell. If I didn't do it to me, I wasn't letting nobody else do it to me. And it hurts today when they say, well, what school did you go to? Well, I dropped out in the 9th grade. Then that's a whole long, drawn-out conversation about why I dropped out. You know, I know what these kids feel like when they going through all this confusion that these little kids think is so funny when they stand back hidden. They're not people of courage because they stand back in corners and hurt the child who's weak. You know, I mean, because a lot of times you don't even have to touch a child. If they weak enough, you're going to hurt them mentally. A lot of abuse is not done physically. It's done mentally. And a lot of mine was because wasn't nobody going to run up on me. But they could say things to me, about me, around me, and that hurt. You know, they say when you're a kid, sticks and stone won't hurt your bones. That's a lie. It hurt. Why you think these kids out here committing suicide and taking their life? Because it hurts. We need to tell our children when they go to school about these things. Thank God they got it on TV and everything now. But there was a time when they considered bullying, they'd say, you know, oh, that's just Tommy being Tommy. He's just being a boy. Or she just being a girl. But in her being a boy and him being a girl, they were tearing the mental part of these kids to pieces. I mean, I sit and I listen to these things on television and things. And I know what those kids feel when they go to a teacher and the teacher say, well, you know, you just got to man up. You can't just be letting people do you like that. They say man up. But in the next breath, they say you going to go to the principal's office if you cause a problem. So how can you defend yourself knowing that if you defend yourself, you're wrong? If you bully, you're wrong. Everything. I mean, it's just a confusion situation. I think bullies need to go to jail. I hear Dr. Phil saying, well, you know, they got problems too. Yeah, right. Put them in jail with some grown-ups like I was in jail with. See how long they keep that problem. I'm free and sober today because of my jail stay. And ain't nothing worse than a bully having a target. Because believe me, they scan that whole school to see they're gonna affect the worst. The whole school, they scan it. They know who to pick on. They know the signs. And I say today that bullying should be a crime. They should go to jail. Pat, the Life Teller Poet, North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thank you.